All right, I'm Mark Allen, 6-time Ironman World Champion. I'm here at the Coeur Triathlon 40th year anniversary. I actually did this race years ago when I was competing. One of the coolest races. As you can see, they're starting the swim right behind me. It's a point-to-point swim, which is very rare to have, but the lake here is absolutely beautiful. The town supports the race, the community supports the race, and it's just become like this gathering place for the triathletes in the whole Northwest here to come and to celebrate together. And as you can see here, they're counting down to the start. This is the last wave in the water. Some of the athletes were nervous this morning. They were a little nervous this morning because they come out on the boat and they could see where the start was. And when you see point to point, it looks a lot farther than it actually feels normally when you do like an out and back or you do 2 loops. But it's still the same distance. Super exciting though. This lake is absolutely gorgeous, you know, super clear water, no sharks. It's a lake, all right. Anyway, swim's underway and we're gonna be following the race all day. So one of the coolest things about the Coeur d'Alene Triathlon is that you have first-timers, you have people who have been in the sport for 20, 30, 40 years. And so on the bike here, you know, some of the bikes you see look like they were probably hung up in the garage and dusted off. They haven't been used in like ages. And then you have other people who are on super high-tech bikes and the aero positions with aero helmets. And so it's such a great mix of experience and but the thing is, they're all doing the same course. The bike ride, 40 kilometers for the Olympic distance. Just a great ride to be out there today. It's gorgeous. It's about 70 degrees right now, early morning. It'll be a little bit hotter for the run. And on the boat, I was telling the athletes, just make sure you take in enough fluids so that you don't dehydrate. In the air here, it's a little bit drier when it heats up in the later part of the morning. But right now, super fast. There's no wind. Everybody's excited about that. Cyclists come up Main Street on the very first part of the bike ride, and then they get to come along the lake for a huge portion of the middle of the triathlon, the cycling part. Absolutely gorgeous. People going by here on their bikes in the race. A lot of them, to be honest, doesn't look like they're in a huge hurry because they're enjoying the view along the way. What a great place to have the bike course. They finished the bike. Next up, last up is the run. It's a 10K run for the Olympic distance race. You're finally like doing something that human beings are actually the best endurance animals on the planet. They can run farther, faster than even horses. So they get off the bike. Some people love the run, some they're a little more natural for the bike, and so they're hoping to survive the run. Others, when they get to the run, they're like, this is my territory, this is my turf, this is where I'm gonna make up some time on my competitors. The swim started in Coeur d'Alene Lake, they rode along it, they get off their bikes, they're running along it, and then they're gonna finish in City Park. All right, this is the goal right here, the finish line, the place where everybody wants to come celebrate. They get their medals, they cross, they get their time. As they go through the race, they're going to be sort of breaking it down into little chunks. They go to the next aid station, they go to the next marker, and then eventually they get to the point where they can see the finish line coming. Their friends are going to be here, their family's going to be here. This is where the celebration all happens. This is where they get their pizza at the end. What a prize! Like that's enough to get me to come back and race almost.